In another good, crazy mind situation, can a homeless person be put on house arrest? Can they?
It's a legitimate question.
Came up with that one, Blaine?
I did.
Can they, though? About? Like, what happens if a homeless person gets arrested and they're like, all right, we're going to put you under house arrest?
Let's really think about it.
What do you do?
What do you do, Dave?
Is that the quickest way to get 3 hots in a cot?
Yeah, that's a good one. I feel like no.
You feel like no?
What are you going to do?
It's just not an option?
Unless you just keep them in their tent, in their box, or, I don't know.
I'm not trying to make fun of homeless.
For this
it's probably prison.
We have to look it up.
Yeah. They probably just put them in jail. Who knows?
I also had a parachute once.
Good question. Do some investigative research on that. Phil Mickelson allegedly lost $40 million gambling in a 4-year span. This may explain his desire to join the new LIV Saudi Tour. The Mets rally big to beat the Phils, and we'll give you our favorites to win the Kentucky Derby. I'm Jake Crane, and we're not horsing around. This is Crane and Company. Most of us know the importance of money. Whether you make a lot or a little or a medium amount, having a good perspective financially is key to being monetarily secure as you get older. Some people, however, don't seem to have that same perspective, and it's always stomach-turning to hear the stories of someone blowing a huge chunk of money that most of us would walk over broken glass for. According to the New York Post's Ryan Glass-Steagall, an author of a new book about the drop of a famous golfer by Alan Shipnuck, one of those people is Phil Mickelson. According to Shipnuck, he allegedly gambled away $40 million from 2010 to 2014. You don't have to be Stephen Hawking to figure out that's $10 million a year. I know gambling addiction is a real thing and a serious problem for some people, but those numbers are astronomical and unacceptable if this is true. If you've ever worked a manual labor job or had to do a job that was an ultimate grind for little pay, that number literally knocks you backwards. You ask, how does this happen? How do you not have better friends? If I had lost $40 million, I couldn't stand over the ball at the tee or over a putt on the green. If these alleged losses are true, then all of a sudden Phil wanting to play in this Saudi tour is making a lot more sense. They're willing to throw bread trucks of money at high-profile PGA Tour players to make their new tour the shiny new car. This Saudi tour idea seems to be gaining steam with another high-profile player as well in Sergio Garcia, who literally said yesterday that he could not wait to leave this tour after disagreeing with the ruling on the course. Just a few more weeks, he said. Now, I'm sure Sergio has different reasons than Phil, but I'll say it again. If these reported losses are solid, then it seems Phil may not be doing this to spite the PGA Tour. He may just be doing it to pay the bills. I'll bring in David Cohn, Blaine Crane here. Guys, listen, like I said, I'm not trying to make light of people that have sports gambling problems or have lost a lot of money or ruined their lives, but $40 million? It's 25%
and again, of his income.
It's alleged.
Allegedly.
For $40 million, there is no way on this big, beautiful rock that we live on that I am losing even close to that. I don't even have to gamble if I have $40 million. We do gambling every day on this show. We put our money in. We gamble every day. I cannot imagine losing $40 million. I just couldn't. I would freak out. I wouldn't want to talk to you. I wouldn't want to talk to you. I wouldn't want to talk to my fiance. I wouldn't want to talk to my dog. I don't want to go play golf. But now,
that's what he should have done, is gone and play. He wasn't losing this on the golf
course. But now, Cone, remember it was, I'm going to go to this Saudi tour because the PGA Tour is a big bully, and they bully all the players, which there's a lot I think they should change about the PGA Tour. I think the players should have better representation. That's a story for another day. But now it seems, Phil, you fumbled the bag. You fumbled the bag, and the guys on the Saudi tour who have more oil than Daniel Day-Lewis on their Will Be Blood or whatever that movie is, they're just throwing cash at people. Rich. Like, hey, Phil, guess what? You come over here, all the gambling debts, they're gone. You want a Ferrari? Hell, you can gamble it away the next day. Gamble it with somebody in the streets. Go play gin rummy in the streets for it. Or go do the game where they put the card under the cups and move the cups around, see if you can figure it out. It's inexcusable. It's inexcusable if that's true.
It's 25% of his income, allegedly. They were saying $40 million he was making between 2010 and 2014 and $10 million a year.
Are you not scared of your wife? I'm engaged.
So
I'm not even
people are like,
married.
well, he was making a lot of money, so he can gamble a lot of money. 25%. I mean, at some point, and it wasn't on the golf course, right? I have to assume that he wasn't losing this money playing golf.
No, but first off,
Michael Jordan was losing the money playing golf because he's a basketball player.
who are you betting on? It's like Phil Mickelson's losing it playing one-on-one basketball.
That's for
he's like Woody Harrelson from White Man Can't Jump. But seriously though, I'm not even married yet, and I would be horrified if I had that amount of money. Like, what is Reed gonna do to me? Like, forget about the IRS and all that stuff. What's Reed gonna do? Because if you look in the same report, Blaine, it says not only did he lose that $40 million gambling in 4 years, so $10 million a year, you're still having to pay for private jets, houses, that lifestyle. This report says he may have broke even, possibly being in the red, making $40 million a year. You don't deserve it. To me, you don't deserve it.
Well, he earned it.
Well, if you're going to, what I'm saying is if you're going to make that amount of money and you lose it, to me, you don't appreciate it. How about that? That's a better way to put it.
Well,
is that okay with you? Is that a good way to put it?
It's Phil's bag to fumble. I mean, it's his bag. He made the bag.
That's a horrible excuse.
He made it's his money. You don't want to lose.
Oh, it's my family. I can drive us off a bridge because I made
I'm sure they're not hurting. Yeah, I'm sure the Mickelson family not hurting. I'm sure they're okay. Right? He's still making money in the tour. He's made more than $40 million.
No, they're saying he literally, after gambling and paying for all the stuff, the private planes, all that stuff, the house, the cars, everything, he was literally in the red or barely breaking even. Is that okay to you? My goal's not to break even.
Well, obviously, I mean, in betting, if you're breaking even, that's not terrible.
He's not breaking even in betting.
I'm saying it's his money to lose. Are you happy?
That's a horrible excuse.
No, but it's his money to fumble. He doesn't give a shit about your opinion, my opinion, anybody's opinion. It's his money to fumble. Does it make it right? No, but it's your money. Do what you want with it. And if he wants to go play in Saudi, that's fine. They'll be fine with it. The PGA will be fine with it. They can lose these older guys and be fine as long as they lose that young core of great players. Lee Westwood, if you want to go play in the Saudi, go. Sergio Garcia, go. Phil, go. Those aren't the huge names in golf anymore. They're not. And the scary thing about it, while a lot of players won't go, because if they do, knowing the PGA the way they are, which they do not take it easy on anybody, they will lifetime ban you, and they won't think twice about it.
Well, what happens if all of a sudden Phil goes, and then Sergio goes, and then John Rahm goes, and then another guy goes?
Well, it goes back. You can't lose your young star.
What about
not a good look? I agree with you on Sergio and Phil Mickelson, but it's still not a good look. I mean, if some of the lower players on tour are upset that they're not winning, you only get paid on tour if you're winning tournaments, right? And if you're not, or if you're making cuts, if you're not making cuts and you're having to travel all around the country, I can see why some of those younger guys would say, well, we need to collectivize or form a union, or this needs to be better. But when you're making the most high-profile guys in the game upset, that's a problem. Even though they may not be the future of the game, they're the past, like Phil Mickelson and Sergio and Lee Westwood, it's still not a good look for the PGA Tour to not have your stuff together enough to not make these guys want to leave and go play another tour. At some point, you can only lean on your heritage and your history long enough. And competence has to be a part of the solution.
Yeah. Well, I'm a firm believer in eventually, at the end of the day, money talks. The PGA Tour can talk about whatever they want with tradition, and we have this. The minute that the tour grabs, Saudi Tour grabs a few guys, or just grabs one guy in that somewhat younger group to open that door, whether it's a DeChambeau, a guy I think would do it. He's the type guy I think would do it. Once they grab one of those guys, it opens the door because those younger guys will start seeing all the money that he's making. And regardless of how much tradition there is, you give me two options right now, where I'm at in my life. If you give me one, option A, go to a place with a ton of tradition. They're going to pay you good. A lot of people have gone through it before that have made a lot of money. It's great. Or this brand new thing that's going to pay me triple that I'm still not sure how great it is, but I'm going to be making oodles and oodles of money. I'm probably going through the second one.
Only if it has legs, though. Only if it has legs. That's why Phil Mickelson and Lee Westwood and Sergio Garcia can take this risk, because they can say, okay, you know what? This tournament right here, or this league is going to give me $10 million this year. That's more than I was going to make because I'm not making cuts and winning tournaments on the PGA Tour right now. So that's great for me. I don't have a lot of golf left in me anyway on the professional level. But if you're talking about, you're throwing out names like DeChambeau and Koepka,
all it takes is one of those guys.
Those guys, what happens when this LIV Invitational folds in 3 years and they haven't made enough to sustain themselves for the rest of their lives, and then you get a PGA Tour ban?
That's the risk that you have. You've got to weigh it. Like my thing is, eventually over time, if you keep throwing money at people, not at something, at people, one person's going to break. That's all you need is one person to break because it sets a precedent. Once you set the precedent, they're going to shower that guy with money, and that'll make the next guy want to come, and then the next guy want to come, and all of a sudden, then you got a handful, then you got 7, then you got 8, then it really starts putting pressure on the PGA Tour. But to me, that's a totally different discussion outside of you made all this money, so therefore it's you just whatever happens with it happens with it. I don't like that way of thinking. If you would have lost, let's say, 15, 20% of what he had lost gambling, or even broke even gambling, because it's not like he lost $40 million and won 80 and broke even. You lost $40 million. That, to me, there is no excuse. It's not, oh, it's your bag to fumble. Oh, it's your money to lose. You have lost an unbelievable amount of money, life-changing money, generational money, money that your kids there. So now you're breaking even every year, allegedly. What are you leaving for your kids? What are you leaving for your grandkids? You better be good at golf. You better try and make the money that Phil did, because if you're blowing all that money, I'm a firm believer in my job is to leave something for the people that I create, the people that I love after I'm gone. Breaking even, I'm not about that. I'm not trying to break even. I don't want to bat 8th. I want to bat 4th.
Okay, so you're just questioning the values of Phil Mickelson.
Yes.
Okay, this is what I'm saying. It's his money. So if he wants to gamble his money, he earned that money by playing the game of golf. So if he wants to gamble it, I'm not going to sit here and judge you off something that you earned. Does it suck you lost all that money? That's fine. Yeah, it does, but it's your bag.
So you're not going to judge somebody losing $40 million gambling.
I'm sure Phil Mickelson's family is going to be okay. Phil Mickelson cannot swing another golf club and go sit on that broadcast booth and do whatever golf tournament
he can.
wants.
Oh, he can.
Sure.
After what he said? After what he said?
You're going to go to Saudi Arabia.
He's going to be an analyst now, but just lost all his sponsorships. After what he said about Saudi Arabia.
It's stupid. Sure he will.
Bull.
They will let Phil do whatever he wants. It's Phil.
No, they won't. Who's they?
The sponsors or the PGA Tour?
The PGA Tour.
Well, guess who runs the PGA Tour?
They will let Phil go up there and be a broadcaster for golf?
The man just took himself out of the Masters. Like, golf's different. Golf's different. It isn't like Major League Baseball. This isn't like that. Golf doesn't forget. A-Rod can go do crazy stuff. And you saw the Screwball documentary, all the crazy stuff he did behind the scenes. Literally almost got indicted for putting a hit out on somebody. He can go be an analyst. They don't care. You can take steroids, go be an analyst. They don't care. Golf's not like that. Golf is not like that. Golf makes a decision on you. That decision is done. The only person that has ever withstood it is the only person that could ever withstand it, and that's Tiger Woods. After the stuff that he went through off the course, he's the only one with the juice that has been able to survive that. It is not like other professional leagues. I would be shocked if they let Phil Mickelson go in that booth, because it goes against their whole overarching theme of these are good guys that are really good at this game. This is the image we want to have. We're trying to cultivate the young guys. So that's why, again, you not only did you make a bad mistake, a horrible mistake, gambling away $40 million and not breaking even, unless you're looking at your finances overall, which is ridiculous when you make $40 million a year. But you've also blackballed yourself from opportunities to make money when you get done playing. The only way that Phil now, in my opinion, can go make big bucks, the big buck, is by going on the Saudi tour. Greg Norman is like Geppetto right now, and Phil Mickelson's like one of the real boys that he made. He's going to just operate him behind the scenes, because Phil has dug his own grave in this situation, and now he's got to lay in it. It's just the truth. That's the way golf operates. Golf does not forgive.
I think Phil has somewhat of the juice, because Phil's probably a top 10 best golfer. We'd say top 10, top
right
15?
now?
Ever.
Oh, ever. I mean, yeah.
Phil has a juice, and the way Phil plays, just the weirdness and just the outgoing, different ideas to what Phil Mickelson can do with a golf club that change the flop game, hitting balls behind him, of just the crazy stuff Phil does. They will let Phil get in that broadcast.
I don't think they will.
And Phil has that juice.
Listen, I think he'd do a great job. I'm not saying Phil do a bad job. I know how golf is. I know how they are. And they don't forget. You think the NFL holds grudges? The PGA Tour and the networks that work with the PGA Tour, these are the same people that said, okay, you want to boycott the Masters because we don't let women in? We won't even use any sponsors. We don't even have to do any commercials during the Masters. These are the same guys. They're the same guy. They're the people with the most money. They really are the people with the most money. They don't care. But you break the code. We talk about Steve Kerr, talking about Dylan Brooks breaking the code. Oh, boy, broke the code.
It was too deep.
I'll tell you another reason I was surprised to hear this is because, he and his family have been through a lot with his wife's health.
Yeah, it's been horrible.
During this time period when they were talking about that, usually when you're going through something like that and you're really taking on a lot of family responsibility, there's not a lot of extra time to be gambling. Again, I don't know the details on how he lost this money. That's kind of what surprised me a little bit on this.
Yeah. No, I don't think you're off base. And again, I'm not trying to sit here in an ivory tower. But it's one thing if I'm judging somebody or making a judgment or making a call on somebody losing $40 million. This wasn't an isolated mistake. What friend comes to you after $10 or $15 million and they're like, dude, like, listen, like, as your boy, like, you got to calm down, man. Like, you got to calm down. So I just don't think it's a good look. What's the Boost Club say, Blaine?
Oh, I haven't even checked it.
All right. Well,
Whitney Whiting Christian says Blaine is right. They will let Phil do whatever.
I don't think they will.
God's Green says if they don't forget, then why did they let Tiger play again?
I just answered that. I said there's one person. He saved golf. He made golf what it is today. That's, it's like if Jackie Robinson would have done something back in the day. In today's world, he'd have been able to come back. Tiger Woods, that's different. Tiger's is the greatest. He's the Michael Jordan of the sport.
He sort of had to go through some things.
He did.
Get back. A lot of that was injuries, too. I understand that. That's why I'm interested to see with Phil here if there is sort of recompense.
Crane Crazy CPA says Phil has made $95 million just playing in his golf career. That's not including sponsorships, investment, or anything else that he is doing. G-Bow762 says golf needs Tiger more than Tiger needs golf.
That's
golf
true.
Coaches all around the world gets surge in business immediately after Tiger comes back and plays a tournament.
That's a true statement.
BJPS says golf needs more Happy Gilmore types.
More Happy Gilmore.
I'll take that.
I don't mind that, but that's a totally different thing than Phil Mickelson. He's more like Shooter McGavin than Happy Gilmore.
Devin21 says, Blaine woke up today and chose violence. I did not wake up today and chose violence.
I am not a violent man.
It is Friday. We're all happy. The next time Phil wants to lose $1 million or $2 million, I have a bank account for him to put it in. And that's another thing that I was disappointed in Phil about. If you would have watched the show, I look up at that board. 201 and 151. You would have won some money, man.
You would have. Like, dude, why don't you just take our bets?
Some money, man.
Just take our bets. We got to get Blaine a swear jar, too.
A swear jar?
A swear jar.
We could do that.
That's the first time I've
You almost said it yesterday.
That's the first time. We get a desk pop.
We'll get a swear jar.
Do we not need a desk pop?
You don't get a desk pop.
You don't get a desk pop?
Well, when was your last desk pop, Cone? Was it 93? Your last desk pop was 93?
I don't know what that is.
You didn't see the other guys?
No.
What?
The
Cone, you have not seen the other guys?
Is that the one with Will Ferrell in it?
You've seen it.
You've seen the
Febreze brothers.
The Febreze brothers.
Okay. Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg, desk pop?
Yeah, I saw that one. That was a good one.
He's such a squirrel guy. Squirtle. Anyway, you want to get to weekend preview?
Yeah, actually, I want to review some stuff from last night.
Okay, let's do it.
The Mets rally. We have to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, you scored what, 7 in the ninth?
7 in the top of the
Mets
ninth.
for real?
To come back. Are they going to win the NL East?
Guys,
are they the real?
You ever watch that same movie over and over again? This is what the Mets do.
So you're just saying it's May.
This is
it's
what
early.
the Mets do.
Okay,
Look,
all right.
The Mets do well early.
They look legit right now.
They do well early, and then they go off the cliff. This is what they do. Look, the Braves are what, like 12 and 15 now? 13 and 15, somewhere around there. Am I panicking? No, because I know the Mets are going to blow it. But what does upset me is I look up at the top right now, the MLB rankings. Who do I see? The Stanks, the Mets,
the Dodgers, Giants.
The Giants, I don't have a problem with the Giants.
You don't have a problem?
No, I don't have a problem with the Giants.
Oh.
Got a problem with the Dodgers.
Does your New York fandom extend to the Mets, or is it just Yankees?
I don't
Okay.
care about the Mets.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just Yanks all day,
Yeah.
babe. Come on,
Yeah,
you know
Well,
that.
either way,
I'm not in love with that.
they look like a
Get your
force.
money up, not your funny up.
Hey, you hit on the Rangers, I hit on the Panthers.
There you go, boys.
There we go.
Listen, what did I say? The theorem.
The theorem.
It's Pythagorean. Pythagoras has a theorem. I have a theorem. It's Jacobian's theorem. Okay? If you're the home team and you lose the first game in the playoffs in the format that we have in the NHL and the NBA, must-win second home game.
Must win.
You got to take them. But then that theory extends. There's also different branches of that theory. So now when we make the bets today, I'm going to explain the other half of the theory.
Okay.
But that hit, and then the Panthers hit as well. Because it's a must-win. You lost the first game at home. Sometimes it goes down like that. It's an emotional time for everybody involved.
But I had a -1.5, not money line, so I needed a multi-goal win, which they delivered.
Yeah, they won 5-1.
5-1.
The ass
Good.
beating of a lifetime.
You like to see it.
Again, the Panthers are a good team too.
Also, the Preds played the Avs tough.
I want to give a shout out to the Preds. Again, guys, we all know I'm making my commitment next week.
We know where you're committed.
All right. Well, no, you don't.
Yes, I do.
There's no crystal balls out right now for where I'm committing. Nobody knows.
You know you're a blue
On
chip
3
prospect.
doesn't know. 247 doesn't know. Rivals doesn't know. They don't know where I'm going. Even oldscout.com, they don't know where I'm going. For the real OGs out
I'm going to get the Preds to drop a bag in your lap.
The Preds did mention the Canes. I saw a lot of early love for the game today. You know, got the Bruins on the road. Will I pick that game? I don't know. We'll see. I've gotten a lot of love on social media from the Preds. Even the Lightning showing some love. Haven't gotten any from the Canes. Listen, hashtag take
Enough said.
I think it's your decision.
Hashtag take warning, but listen, is somebody going to drop the bag at the end? That's what I need to know. There's a couple NIL deals that are still out there that I can't discuss right now after talking with my agent, who's the same agent Johnny Depp has. So it's a pretty good situation.
All right, last one before we get to the preview.
But shout out
weekend.
Preds,
yeah, shout out Preds. They played them
gave
tough.
them
Now
a
they
fight.
come home. Let's see what happens.
Baby, come back.
All right, Dan Ventrell is out as the Raiders president, per Mark Davis. He said he's not going to update us any further. President of the Raiders out. And chief operating officer, maybe?
Listen,
analytics.
as long as Devontae Adams and Derek Carr aren't out, the Raiders are going to be all right.
All right, but
You're in the
right or
AFC.
more than all right?
You're in the AFC. You're not winning the Super Bowl. Like, I'm sorry.
Ever?
Derek Carr's your quarterback. You're going to be all right.
Yeah, you're going to be all right. That's how you. Now with Devontae Adams, you'll be like an even nicer, like the Red Bull and vodka version of all right. Like it's good.
Yeah.
Like you guys are going to finish probably third in the
vodka's
AFC
a
West.
classic. No, that's not.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's all right.
Better than all right.
It's an all right
party
drink.
Like
It's an all right drink.
You're somewhat getting drunk and getting more energy at the same time.
Yeah, but it's not Pappy Van Winkle.
Well, I mean,
we're not winning
I don't
Super
have to like drink an energy drink while I'm drinking to have energy.
You don't have to drink anything. Well, you don't have to, but I feel like it's better than all right. I mean, what we
Well, I think it's.
go,
I would say
what would your
it's
top
not-
three be?
Top 3
You're-
drinks.
You know, no, you're at a party. You know, you're walking up to the bar. What do you get? What are you getting?
I'm getting whiskey.
Not getting vodka or Red Bull, and I'm especially not mixing them. Also, quick question, though. Did you say you like There Will Be Blood when he was talking earlier?
Great movie.
You like that film.
It's a
That's
great
not
movie.
something I would have thought you would have liked.
Oh, we love
Love
that
that
movie.
That's good.
Daniel
Yeah,
Day-Lewis,
good for
man.
you. Should
One
get
of the
together and
best.
watch that together one day.
Y'all should. And you should watch the other guys again and know what I'm talking about when I
Still
say
haven't
yes.
watched Celtic Pride, have you?
No, I'm waiting on the group. I want to do with
Well,
Celtic
listen,
Pride what we
if I want
did
to listen,
with Division 3.
If I want to hear excuses, I'll talk to prisoners.
That's
I
your
mean,
brother.
you know, again,
That's your brother.
That's tough.
All right, weekend preview. Heat Sixers. Jake, what are we going to see? What are we going to see?
If you don't see Joel Embiid, you're gonna see a sweep.
Where's the broom?
It's a Marty Huggins
Give
situation.
me the broom.
It's very simple. What's crazy is if you look at the Sixers and the games they've lost without Joel Embiid, they've got guys that are scoring 20 points, but also they're losing by double digits, which is insult meet injury. Without Joel Embiid, they're getting swept. They can play good. They even tried to go small a little bit. I mean, DeAndre at the beginning of that game wasn't playing bad for the Sixers, but just over the course of the game, the depth. Again, even with Joel Embiid, the Sixers' depth compared to the Heat depth wasn't close. Now without Joel Embiid, it's even worse to an nth degree. So unless the Sixers get Joel Embiid back, they will get swept. If they get Joel Embiid back, they probably won't win more than one game because I don't know how effective he'll be. So if Joel Embiid doesn't come back, we can say whatever we want about James Harden. I never said if he's by himself, he can carry the team. It was feeding off Joel Embiid because I said they played well together. Especially early when they were together, the pick and roll, it was beautiful to watch. Now, without Joel Embiid, the Sixers are mid, and that's just, it is what it is.
Anything to add?
I would say this series goes 4-1. I do think the Sixers win a game.
Even without
One
Joel.
of these next two at home?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
they win one, but I think it gets ended back where it all started.
Okay.
So you think it's going to go back to Miami?
I do.
Yeah.
No Joel Embiid, I don't think it goes back to
All right, so we also have the Suns at the Mavs. Now, it's another team that's down 2, but they're going home here with the Mavs. So
Going home, y'all.
Your theory play into this at all?
I believe it was basically a pick 'em.
Yeah, it's even.
Was the line that tight?
It was even.
Yeah.
-1 even.
Wow.
I'm not going to bet on this game. But if I did, I think you'd get more bang for your buck taking Mavs money line if you're really going to do it. I worry about the Mavs. Look, Jalen Brunson didn't have a great game last game. He hasn't been nearly what he was in the series before with Luka. Luka's all they have. It's just the truth. Luka's all they have. And it's not enough with Devin Booker back. Devin Booker gives them another missile in the RPG arsenal that they can shoot at any point in time. It can take pressure off other guys. You know, you can score from multiple ways. Now CP3 doesn't have to do everything. He can do a lot, but not everything. And having Devin Booker takes pressure off CP3. We know the rest of the cast they have around. Ayton, we know, is a guy that is a professional scorer, a guy that, to me, needs to play more physical once they get later in these playoffs. But Luka's going to go off. He's going to have a great game tonight. Will it be enough? Can he will them to one win? If Jalen Brunson doesn't show up, if Dinwiddie doesn't show up and give them big games and try to take some of that same pressure off of Luka that Booker's taken off CP3 and vice versa, then the Mavs probably won't win a game in this series.
Give me the Mavs, baby.
Tonight or in the series?
I want the Mavs tonight.
Oh,
tonight,
not in the
series, no. I think Brunson shows up. I think Luka will be himself. I think they're going to get some help from the role guys. It's hopefully not Finney Smith from the outside. I do have him one as my bet. But I feel like Jalen Brunson will be a difference in this game. The Mavs got to start playing defense.
Yeah.
They just got to. Whatever you have to do, physical. I would like to see how the refs are going to call this game. Because if it's the Mavs, I'm trying to get a little more physical with these guys. Ayton, I said before the series started, would be a huge difference in this series. Professional scorer. The Mavericks don't have a true big, but I'm gonna lean on Luka. I'm gonna lean on Brunson.
Well, Luka's gonna go for 35
and
plus.
I think the Mavs are gonna take this one at home.
Luka's gonna go for.
Not a bad pick. It just feels like one of those ones, right?
It does.
Back home in Dallas,
Yeah.
it feels like one of those ones.
There's a reason that line's so tight.
For sure.
Like a toy guy.
Yep. All right, back to the ice now. Canes.
Yes.
Canes at Bruins now. So how you feeling about this one?
Boston has to have it.
Mm-hmm.
They have to have it. I will say, though, watching this series, the Canes, and I know they're at home the first two games, they really do look like the better team. They look like the better squad. I feel like the Canes, you know, we've got the Kings at home versus the I'm losing my mind, versus the Oilers, I believe.
Which one?
I'm talking about the Kings.
The Oilers are at the Kings.
Oilers are at the Kings. I think the Canes are much better than the Bruins. If the Bruins are going to take one at home, it'll probably be this one. I'm not going to bet this game, or am I? We'll leave that to be seen. And I don't want Canes fans that have gotten excited because I may choose them to be let down because, again, regardless of what I pick, that has no effect on who I'm going to pick to give my fandom to. So we'll see. I think Boston may win it tonight.
Canes look tough, though, man.
Dude, I'm telling you.
I think the Canes are a better team.
I think they are. I mean, if you watch, they just look like a better team.
Look like a better team.
But Boston, they're going to come out hot.
Boston's good at home. They're good at home. They've always been, I think, like 22-14 at home, which is nice. I mean, that's Sidney Crosby, right?
Yep.
No, Bruins, no. That's Penguins.
Yeah,
no.
Penguins. Man, I like the Canes. The way they move around, the way they fly around. It's just,
well, I like how
and their
physical
uniforms
they are
just fire.
and defensively. I like how physical they are, and then defensively how they're able to play, even when they get caught. I mean, they're good. What I like about the Canes is they never look like they're panicking to me. They never look like they're scrambling. Like you see teams, they'll go through these stretches, these 3 to 5 minute stretches, regardless of what period it is, where they're just scrambling, where it looks like they can't possess the puck. The Canes are very consistent to me. You know, they don't turn the puck over a lot. They're not too reckless with it. So I'm going to see. We'll see during bets.
Let's talk about the most interesting matchup here in the East for me, which is Maple Leafs and Lightning. This series is going to the Lightning now.
Yep.
It's tied up at 1. We've talked a lot about how the Maple Leafs score a lot of goals, right? But they give up a lot of goals, even though they had a 5-0 shutout in the first game. Okay, lost game 2. A lot of people are talking about, I mean, Lightning, 2-time defending champions, right? A lot of people are talking about them as likely to win this series. How are you guys feeling about it?
I'm liking the Lightning.
In the series?
I like the Lightning in the series. I know the Maple Leafs came out, the Lightning answered in game 2. And again, when I see two teams that I believe are even, and, you know, the Maple Leafs, and I said this a couple weeks ago, remind me a little bit, they're a little bit like the Nets to me. They can beat you really in one way, and they got to outscore you. I know people say, well, duh, you got to score more goals than the other team. No, if it comes down to a tight, nitty-gritty game, I like the Lightning. I like their experience. I like in a tight game, I will go with experience. Now you're going back to Tampa Bay for 2.
For 2.
Most likely, in my opinion, they're going. The Leafs will be down 3-1 going back to.
Can't do that. You're going to have to get one of them.
Yeah, you know.
They're going to have to get one.
Look, I'm going to keep it a stack with everybody here. All right, you're looking at the two hockey guys of the show. That's these guys. Not a big hockey guy over here. But
You were watching
like,
it last
I was
night?
watching, still have no idea. I get it, but I saw someone a coach tweet out something about how their special teams has to get better.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's
What are special teams in hockey?
so when you're on a face-off, like when you're doing your face-off,
Special teams.
when you're on power play, stuff like
A
that.
power
It's
play
like
is a
in
special
basketball.
team?
Well, like in basketball, they call special teams inbounds plays. They call those special teams.
What else?
I mean, shoot.
In basketball?
Is that it?
Is that it?
Yeah, it's, you
The Mott
inbound
boys.
from all over the court,
Okay, I just didn't know what special.
or like when you have to miss a free throw at the end and on purpose and try and
But
get.
you know, if you really look at it, a Lightning versus a Maple Leaf. I mean, you got to go Lightning. Right?
You're just
who's gonna?
so if I don't know, maybe I don't know.
Well, 2-time defending champions. I mean, that counts.
yeah,
for
and
something.
the high water pants.
We'll handle
the high water.
We'll
David's
handle the
high water
hockey.
pants tweet today. Something about I should be a Lightning fan because
Yeah.
I'm just a bandwagoner. I'm confused. I'm a bandwagoner when I just always go for when I only go for the Yankees and I've only gone for them as a kid. What other team have I bandwagoned?
The Nets.
all of them.
The Nets. What are they?
All of them.
Yeah, you thought they were going to win.
Front running.
I got
Frankie,
asked
man.
who I think was going to win.
Okay,
Look.
I can understand that.
No, let's have proof behind our statement.
No,
All right?
you're
Let's just do that.
front running
Why?
Frankie,
Why-
man. It's
how?
all good.
How?
It's all good.
Tell me how.
Go Yankees.
Tell me
Go
how.
Yanks. Except
So
when they
just
don't
that.
cover. But
Just
you know
that
what?
team I went for since I was a kid makes me a front runner.
I don't think you really like the Yankees.
You're a Patriots
I
fan.
still don't believe you, first of all.
No.
But to cap this series, I'm going to take the Maple Leafs.
You're going to take the
I'm gonna
Leafs?
take the Maple
You love Austin Matthews.
I like Austin Matthews.
Me
And I
neither.
like Soup Campbell in goal.
Listen, we'll
It's not the-
handle.
I
We'll
believe
handle
in a
the
guy
hockey.
named Soup Campbell. That's
You-
like a
there you
fire
go.
baseball name. Like a guy gets
You
up
know
there
he's gonna be
with
good.
No, like Cleet Thomas, he gets up with no bat and gloves. I'm like, this dude's gonna hit something into the
Oh,
left
if he's
center.
up there.
Yeah,
with no bat and
this is
gloves,
going to be a hit.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a hit.
I'm a big names guy. We'll get to the rest of the review preview after the break. But if you want to watch or listen to the rest of this show, this unbelievable creation of the minds, head over to thedailywire.com, become a member, or listen on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure you subscribe, leave a 5-star review, go to TikTok, social media as well, and share it with your friends, everybody you went to high school with, even the kids you hate, and you still hate them as adults. We'll be right back with more analysis that'll make you smarter than you've ever been in your life. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Thanks for coming back, and I'm not Mr. Rogers. So how about that? Speaking of Mr. Rogers, Kentucky Derby's this
Kentucky
weekend, right,
Derby.
Tone?
Also, one of our fans wrote in the other day, and they had a term for what Blaine suffers from. It's first-degree premeditated bandwagonism. That's what it is.
Okay,
First-degree premeditated.
that's the scientific diagnosis.
That's the scientific front-running
Is there any
Frankie.
pills
Front-running
that you
Frankie's
can
just a
take for
short.
that?
Probably tell me to get vaccinated too.
All right. Anyway, Kentucky Derby.
Your body, your choice.
148th running at Churchill Downs this weekend. Who you guys got?
I'm downs with that.
Zandon looking good.
Wow. Wow.
I've got the odds.
Inappropriate and churlish. You know who I'm taking? Charge it.
Charge it.
I took Medina Spirit last year.
Lane
20
8,
to
20
1. Okay? I'm going with Charge It. Athletic. Listen, my fiance, she's in the horse world. Is it
Yeah.
racing? No. Do they both involve horses? Of course. So therefore, I feel like I'm good to be able to speak on this. I want to go to this not just to see like the actual running of the Derby, but all of the other stuff. Like apparently there's like a 2-mile course or something that they do where they're like jumping over logs and stuff, and you can be like right next to it. That's the stuff I want to see as well.
Man, I want to go to it and just have some wearing something
Some fire?
You know, have a monocle
With a hat?
or something.
You want to have a monocle?
Monocle.
With that, you'd be like,
Can I
hello,
live
my
in
name
just
is
like a mansion.
Baron von Blinkenstein.
Yeah, something like that. That's where I want to go. But I'm going to take Smile Happy.
So let's tell the people we're all taking one horse that's going off at 20 to 1 odds.
Yep.
We're
And
gonna
this
see
isn't on the board.
No.
No board
No,
pick?
this friendship. Hey, personal?
Friendship.
Okay.
Personal?
Personal.
Personal?
we
Come
go.
here, hold his hands.
Oh, that's your brother. He did that. Yep. Who you got
He's
now?
done that to me on the show.
Who you taking?
I'm taking Smile Happy.
What's his deal?
He's good at racing.
Okay.
He's finished behind the two favorites, came in third in a race, and he was close to winning it. They got him probably projected going 8th or 9th right now. I think he sneaks one because you know why? He's going to be smiling, and he's going to be happy about it.
Focused and having fun?
It's a dark horse
All right.
Well,
for
listen.
Heisman of winning
Those two-
the Kentucky Derby.
Those two picks are average. So let me tell you the better one.
Okay.
All right, Cyber Knife.
That was one pick, but all right.
Those two, you each took one.
Oh, okay.
I need to.
Well, you
out,
looked at me.
I need to come out in front of both.
I'll tell
of
you my
with
theory on
horse.
why I'm taking charge. Go ahead, but
Okay, Cyber Knife. Going off at 20.
Cyber Knife.
Going off at 20 to 1. Cyber Knife, sired by Gunrunner, the hottest sire on the planet right
What
now.
does sire mean?
It means it's his father. Okay.
What is
Faja.
Isn't that a movie with Keanu Reeves coming up?
Gunrunner, sired by Gunrunner, hottest sire on the planet, trained by Brad Cox.
They're
and his horse is the one who won last year after the Medina Spirit incident with Bob Baffert, who got the 2-year ban. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Well, let me.
Cyber Knife, write it down, 20 to 1.
We reference the movie Inception on here a lot, and I really spun the dreidel on this one.
Okay.
Like, after making this pick, I was waiting for Leo DiCaprio to run in here with a briefcase, like shooting at people behind him. Like, we got to get in the helicopter. Here's why. Who just bought Twitter?
I did.
Your doppelganger, Elon Musk.
Sure.
Billionaire. What does Elon Musk own? Before Twitter. What is he most known for?
Lots of things.
SpaceX and
The
the car company.
Tesla.
Tesla. What is type of cars?
He
What
started
type of
PayPal.
cars?
PayPal. That's what.
What type of cars does Tesla make?
Okay, you
Wait,
get it.
what
You
are we
gotta
doing
charge
here?
it.
What?
Shut up!
You gotta charge
What type of cars does Tesla make?
Electric.
What do you do with electronics?
Put gas in it.
You charge it. I'm going with charge
Ain't no
it.
gas in it.
I went down that route, and I was going to go down the William
Sling
Wallace
Blade,
Braveheart route
underrated
with
movie.
charge it, but I like the Elon Musk one better, so I'm going with charge it. That's how I make my
Charge
horses.
it. Okay, Cyber
That's how I
Knife.
pick it. Yeah. I mean, that sounds like a Tron.
What a name
but
for a horse.
Cyber Knife.
That is pretty
man.
sweet. But you want to get to Booster Club, or can I read my intervention letter to Scott Frost?
Read your intervention letter, buddy.
All right, get the Booster Club hot. Every Friday, we read an intervention letter, one of us. I decided to do it this Friday to some random person. Did I write it to Phil Mickelson about his gambling problem and losses? No. We've already heard enough about that.
His money.
You know what my favorite story is that I read growing up? It was a book. I think a guy named Rick Johnson wrote it. It was
Little
called
Brother-
Blaine, Shut Up.
Yeah, little brother, be quiet.
It was the Diary of Blaine Shutting
Only
Up.
2 books were sold. So.
Yeah. Well, that's 2 more than you've read. So
Probably true.
the intervention letter, if you don't know, is us trying to get somebody to change their ways, trying to fix something. Today, my patient is Scott Frost from Nebraska. And this is coming from a place as if I was a Nebraska fan. So that's the narrative.
Pull up a chair, Scott.
You know, Scott, you just don't get it, do you? When you got here, we were elated. We'd been down in the depths. Needed someone that understood who Nebraska was. Why can't it be someone that remembered how it was for us to dominate? What it felt like to be a college football power. We started to get that championship feeling deep down inside when you took to the podium for the first time. But now I sit here in my home, looking at my wife and kids who are continually upset, asking one question. What the hell happened, man? 15 and 29 overall? 10 and 25 in the Big Ten? Ew! We trusted you. We trusted you to right the ship, not to play the cello on the deck while the boat kept sinking, like that guy from the Titanic movie. So many promises, so much hope, but so little to show for it. We even had to ask for some of our money back this year, and we're down to our final straw. We love you, Scott, but we can't accept these results for much longer. Please fix it ASAP. Or we'll have to. P.S. I love you.
Okay.
Guys,
Do you think he'll listen?
we're going to find out. It's just better for college football when Nebraska's good. But 15 and 29 overall? You were the chosen one.
Are we to the point?
You were the chosen one.
Is it really better for college football if Nebraska?
Yes.
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 Who cares
I care.
about Nebraska anymore?
A lot of people.
A
Not
lot of
really.
people.
Not really.
What do you mean, not really?
People more care about
What do you
UCF
mean?
than Nebraska.
What if a Nebraska fan said that about
no.
Auburn? What if a Nebraska said that about Auburn?
no.
You know what? Auburn's done.
Which
You'll
one's
never
more
be-
relative,
you'll never
Auburn
be
or Nebraska?
You'll never be
David.
Alabama. I'm not saying it. I'm saying what if, because you know what?
Then
There's a
they'd be
Nebraska
wrong.
there's a Nebraska fan out there right now who's rolling their eyes at you for saying
Well, I'm
that.
sorry for all the 15 Nebraska fans.
I think you're really underestimating the amount of Nebraska
Cornhuskers,
fans that are out.
get on this
so
guy.
long since y'all have been relevant, people have forgotten about
Have you ever seen The Mummy or The Mummy Returns?
There's like 7 Mummy movies.
There's 2 of them.
3.
Because they have Brendan Fraser in the first 2. I refuse to
Tom
watch
Cruise
it.
is in one.
Yeah, I refuse to watch it, even though I have
So
seen
I'm
it.
saying there's more
I refuse to watch it, but I've seen it. What? My thing is, Nebraska, they still have one of the most loyal and biggest fan bases in college football.
Fact.
I'm being dead serious.
No, I understand that.
So it'd be better for college football. Let you follow the bouncing balls here. It'd be better for college football if one of the biggest brands that we've seen throughout the whole scope of college football, not just past 20 years, and they have struggled. They've struggled like a muggle in Harry Potter's world, bud.
Anybody missed them?
I missed them.
Has anybody really
Eric
missed
Crouch won the
Nebraska?
Heisman basically running the triple option. They got guys named
talking about an NCAA
Steinkuhler
game?
and
Which one was that one,
Kuhlhauser and
03?
Rosenbagger and Sniffenheimer.
This isn't, I'm sorry, like these aren't those times where you just line up in the eye and here.
No, but that's not it. Nebraska, look, recruiting has gone national. I think that's hurt Nebraska, which the ultimate irony is Huddle was founded in Omaha, Nebraska. It would be good for college football, just like Michigan being good this past year was good for college football, right?
Good for my
right?
health.
Michigan's
right?
been good.
They haven't beaten Ohio State. Couldn't beat Ohio State.
Let's stay on the. Let's stay on
Ohio
Nebraska.
State.
Let's stay on
Ohio
Nebraska.
State's been pretty good. It's okay not to beat Ohio State. That's understandable.
So Nebraska hasn't played teams that are good because Nebraska's not in the same Big Ten as Ohio State.
Okay, who's been better the last one, say 10 years? Nebraska or Michigan?
Well, come on. Let's don't insult Michigan that bad.
Michigan hasn't been that great in the past 10 years. They've been better than Nebraska, but that's not saying much. That's like being the skinniest kid at fat camp. Like you're not winning anything.
No one
step on the scale.
no
son.
one
step off the
no
scale.
one misses
We cannot
Nebraska.
compare those two lulls. Okay, even
Yeah,
though I
exactly.
will say, yes, college football will be better if Nebraska is back. But I will say on top of that as well, I'll tell you my Nebraska football story real quick.
Go ahead.
Because last summer when we launched, we were on Colin Cowherd's network.
Yep.
My son was born that Saturday.
Yep.
If there was any question about what his favorite sport was going to be.
That's exactly right.
Started to be born on Friday
You
night. when we
sired
heard the
him.
band.
You sired him.
That is a fact. I'm talking about a sire. Okay?
Yeah.
But born on a Saturday, and it was the week 0 stuff they do before it's technically week 1, which we don't have to go off on that right now. Nebraska and Illinois were playing. Adam's born. I'm like,
was a barn burner.
Adam, welcome to the world. I already love you unconditionally. Also, that's not football.
yeah.
It was like on the
don't
screen.
watch this.
My wife was like, listen, just turn on the football game. I have to get through this. Like, I want to watch football. Like,
Yes,
I
please.
turn something on to get my mind off it. I'm like, that's not football, Adam.
Don't
Only thing
don't
I'm
let
saying
this
is college
absorb.
football will be fine, whether or not.
College
Nebraska will be good
will
ever
be
again.
fine. But you know what?
You're
if
gonna
I
hear
bought a
from him
Lambo,
now, buddy.
if I bought a Lambo, there's nothing wrong with upgrading the engine. There's nothing wrong with making something great even better. If I want some mint chocolate, if I want my favorite flavor ice cream, there's nothing wrong with putting a little chocolate syrup on it. Make it a little bit better. Maybe some nuts, maybe a little bit some sprinkles. I'm not a cherries guy, but if you're down to do that, knock yourself out.
I hope you feel the full wrath of Cornhusker Nation.
You are.
I
You
hope I
are.
do
We
too.
have Nebraska
That's fine.
fans that watch
That's
this show.
fine.
What's the Booster Club saying?
I'm just saying, like,
I hope they're roasting you like a pig in Hawaii.
There's probably a lot of Oklahoma fans that are like, yeah, I agree with Blaine.
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, for sure. I've never been.
Samson 7 Smiles says Nebraska hasn't been good since they fired 2 consistent 9.
Firing Frank Solich was a mistake.
season.
I'm 100% with you
have
on
to
that.
own
I've
it.
said that from
have to
day
own it.
one.
Go for a Golfer says no one cares about Nebraska except for Nebraska fans.
Well, okay.
There's a lot of them.
I mean, is that a shocker?
Yeah,
Like, I don't think.
How could you not say that
I don't
about
think
every
a
other fan?
Louisiana Lafayette
Yeah.
fan's going to be like, no, I care about Nebraska, man.
Jones Highwater Pants says you think there'd be 50 years between Jake and Blaine in age.
Yes, because my brain works.
No, you're just old.
Dude, you're like 4 years younger than me.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's not proven.
And you look like you just bought a bunch of stock in Dollar General with that beard.
I think you're jealous because you can't grow one.
No. Well, what was it like in Secret Window? Did
Are you
eat that
are you
corn?
actually like 14?
Huh?
Did Johnny Depp
No.
have a beard in Secret
Are
Window?
you
I can't
kidnapping
remember.
14-year-olds with that beard?
Was that his thing in Secret Window? He had a beard?
Yeah, he had a beard.
Gotcha.
And then remember, he was 2 different people.
It's been a while since I've seen that.
It's a great movie.
Mm.
It's got the one guy who's in Mr. Deeds, too, who's the butler. He's a great actor. He's in a bunch of stuff. Remember, he's like,
Mr. Deeds,
I'm
butler.
very sneaky. He loves his feet.
John Turturro?
Yes!
John Turturro.
John Turturro.
Also on The Big Lebowski, Blaine.
Pretty good.
Okay.
You talking about?
He was great in,
You talking about mediocre movies?
He was great in Big Daddy, too. Remember, he was in the anger management class.
He's in Rounders?
He's in Rounders,
John
too.
Turturro not in, isn't he?
He's in every movie that was ever
Transformers?
made. What else from the Boots Club? Like, he is in Transformers.
Hashtag
What?
positives. Can I finish this?
I don't know. Can you read?
For 1 second?
Okay.
Jesus. Hashtag positive. What are the so-called passionate alum paying kids to come play there in Nebraska?
In Nebraska? Who's the passionate alum?
Yeah, paying kids to come play there.
I'm sure they've got a bunch of them. Nebraska's got a lot of alum with a lot of money, and there's a lot of cattle money out there, too. I can tell you a story about that.
What if the guy who founded Huddle invests in the team is like, I'm sorry.
He's like,
I'm sorry it went national.
Give back to you.
Yeah.
$12 billion.
BJPS says, why would a kid choose to go to Lincoln, Nebraska, where they could literally play anywhere else?
Hey, I've been to Lincoln. It's a good town. It actually kind of looks like what's it on Joe Dirt? He calls the place he wants to go Silvertown. Or what is it? Actually looks like that.
That's funny you say it because look, I love Ann Arbor, okay? But when I went to Michigan, I was thinking, and we went to play Southern Cal in the Rose Bowl. Yeah. I'm like, something's not fair. Who's not coming here?
It's like on NCAA 14, it's like location prestige. You're like, that's a little bit better. Like, hey, guys, Snoop's here. And in Ann Arbor, they're like, here, guys, Dr. Jenowitz is here. He's the one who invented stem cells.
Nate Breadwig says, first time watching the show, love the dynamic.
Nate.
Love it.
Said the guy in the middle's out of control.
I'm out of control? No way I'm out of control. Welcome to the party.
Nate, we've been telling him that for a while. Real Ben Hayen says state religion in Nebraska is football.
Yes.
There you go.
Dude, you're going to get, I'm just telling you.
That's fun. Bring the rain. I don't care. College football doesn't miss y'all at all. You're so irrelevant. You're more irrelevant than Missouri.
Wow. Eli, Coach
Man, I've been hearing
like that. I don't know if I can.
I've heard a lot of things today, Blaine.
I've
heard a lot of things today, Missouri.
It's Friday. You're just letting it all hang out.
You think Nebraska's more relevant than Missouri?
Yes.
Yep. And after Scott Frost has the year he's going to have.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. Really. Really.
I'll take Coach Drink in them.
I love Coach Drink.
Oh, wow. Real Ben Hayen says Nebraska equals Missouri.
No.
Yeah. I swear, man.
Yeah, you guys.
You saw that and then put that comp.
I did not. I've been scrolling.
What else?
Live for Truth wants to know: do we acknowledge Otani for the Angels making history?
Look, Shohei, I know he was struggling a little bit. I think he K'd 11 the other night. I'll say what I said before the season. You are seeing a generational guy. Like we always talk about how nowadays it's so much harder to play two sports, like professionally, than it was back in the day, and it is. But it's also harder to play multiple positions in sports. I'm not talking about basketball where you could play, you're somebody like Giannis. I mean, even though that's rare.
From pitching to hitting.
You see it from pitching to hitting. Guys doing both, you don't really see it anymore. Now, you always had the pitchers that could always hit pretty good. Like Greinke could always hit good. Yeah. Tim Hudson could always. There's always the pitchers. DeGrom could hit good. I mean, played shortstop at Stetson.
Well, Clemens.
Otani is legitimately like up there, like hitting. Like it's a professional hitter. You're a professional hitter and a professional pitcher. My thing with Shohei was he's got to make sure, because it is hard doing both, that he keeps evolving as a pitcher and a hitter, but as well as a pitcher, not just relying on his dominant stuff. Because we talk about this in coaching all the time, right, in college football. We talked about it with Nick Saban. I know it's kind of an interesting correlation, but it is a correlation. If you don't evolve your style as the game evolves, the game will out-evolve you.
No.
You're either, what do I say? You're either evolving or you're dissolving. And Shohei being able to show it, pun intended, I guess. And I know it was one good performance, and he stacked a couple together. I want to keep seeing him evolving, because he could be something like we have never seen or haven't seen for a long, long time. And in my opinion, you are going to keep seeing less and less and less of it. And it's
really?
The way it is.
I was thinking we might see more of it, to be honest with you.
Now with the universal DH.
Yeah, you might be right on that.
Like
universal DH might kill it completely, but one of the reasons that I love that Shohei is having such success hitting and pitching simultaneously is because I always looked around at the best pitchers in Major League Baseball and said, these guys were the best hitters on their little league teams, on their high school team, and when they weren't playing pitcher, they were playing shortstop.
DeGrom's a great
a lot of them were the best hitter on their college team. You talk about people like Tim Hudson, right? He can go up there and swing the bat. So it always boggled my mind, like that's how difficult it is to be excellent at two things in the game.
And also think about this too. Freddie Freeman was going to be a pitcher, and the Braves told him they were going to let him hit.
Good decision.
He was going to get. He was going to go to Cal State Fullerton, I believe, and pitch and probably hit some. But the Braves were like, we will sign you as a hitter, as a first baseman, infielder.
And kudos to the Angels, too, right? For letting him for letting Shohei do this.
Do you think Shohei needs to go somewhere else to win, though? Is it kind of a Matt Stafford?
They've started off pretty good this year.
Mike Trout's the better one to ask.
Let me see this year. Let me see this year. But you know what's going to happen if he leaves the Angels, where he's going to go. It's going to be either the Dodgers or the Stankies.
New York.
Come on now.
Where's your jacket?
Yeah, where's your jacket?
I can't wear it 2 days in a row.
Oh, don't pour it over me.
I mean, don't pour it over me.
What else from the Booster Club?
Wardrobe people
before we get to bed.
And there is one other thing we have to preview this weekend. The inaugural Miami Grand Prix in Formula.
Ooh. You go ahead. You take the mantle on that. That's
First
your.
of all,
that's your
they're having
thing.
practice sessions right now.
Yeah, your boy kind of low key pissed you off a little bit, Lewis Hamilton.
Oh, that's not my boy. That's not my boy anymore.
It's not your boy anymore.
That
was your boy.
Max Verstappen.
That's right. Max is your guy.
But yeah, did you hear Blaine? Did you hear this about Lewis Hamilton? 7-time champion.
I did not.
And he was playing golf with Brady this week, so that's pretty cool. Ooh. But I guess the FIA has a regulation where you can't wear jewelry when you're racing or
can't wear that
like
drip.
But they don't really enforce it. So Lewis Hamilton's never had a problem. But it sounds like now they're going to enforce it, say no jewelry when you're racing. And Lewis Hamilton has come out and said, you know what? I'm not going to race if they enforce this. There's a lot to do in this city of Miami anyway. While he was wearing 3 watches, 8 rings, 4 necklaces, earrings, and a nose stud during the press conference.
What music video is this guy going to be doing?
Yeah, I can tell I'll never be a fan of this guy.
What's the problem with it?
He had two watches on this handle.
You don't need more than 1 watch, buddy. Really, you don't need a watch. Look at your phone.
What if you have 3 dogs and 3 animals you're taking care of in 3 different time zones?
1's understandable. 2, is there like a safety hazard or something?
But 3, tell us about 3.
3 watches? Now you just look dumb.
Don't you already?
You guys know, ever since I moved to Nashville, I stopped wearing a watch.
Because there's a clock on your phone?
It's from forgetting Sarah Marshall, but I got a watch on, so that joke didn't work.
Gotcha.
I don't even look at it for time, though.
What was I about to say? Oh,
I'm not like, hey, it's 2:15.
To race cars around the city at 200 miles an hour, yeah, I get it. You already have to be a little bit out there, right?
Yeah.
But 3 watches? What are we talking about?
What does it hurt, though? I mean, if I'm a driver, I'm like, let him wear it. It's going to slow him down.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt about it.
Like a swimmer with a fro.
And like now you have a problem with it? He won 7 world championships already.
Yeah, this is weird. It's like, what did you really do?
I'll tell you what, Miami is going to be crazy this week.
When is Miami? I just have no desire to go to Miami.
Not even for the Formula One Grand Prix?
I have no desire.
You have no desire to go to Miami. Coming out of your mouth, that shocks me in ways. I can't even.
I thought Florida was your favorite state.
I'd rather go to Orange Beach. You would sit on the beach, get some oysters, kick it. I don't want to go to Miami.
You can get oysters in Miami too. They have them down there.
I know, but it's just too crowded.
Because the ocean's right there.
Too much stuff going on. I don't want to pay $30 for a bottle of water. Like, I'm sorry, just don't.
There probably is somewhere in Miami that charges $30.
I guarantee there is.
I just don't have any desire.
Yeah.
To do it.
All right.
I'd rather go to Key West, man.
By the way, we got to make sure send questions into the mailbag.
The mailbag.
Daily Wire mailbag. DW Crane. I got to remember the address. Hit the button. Hit a button. Any button.
He's a witch.
That's a good one. That was a good choice. Hit DW Crane mailbag. That's it. DW Crane mailbag.
No,
I love the sound effect.
Oh, hold on. There we go. Send in your Mailbag Monday questions so that we can answer them.
Mailbag Monday?
On a Tuesday.
You already know now. It's time. It's a Friday. Everybody get excited. We're almost there, right? I'm going to the chalkboard.
Another week.
Of emotional loss. Traditional gain.
Didn't you hit yesterday?
Stock market friends, black market enemies, and community friendships. Yesterday, not a bad day, fellas. 5-2. 5-2 counting Baby Cone, which makes us, past 2 days, we were 6-1, 5-2.
Hey, look at this.
11-2.
Yes.
Yes. And we have a graphic up there instead of me.
7-0.
Yes, Ryan Jones. Some people call him the chosen one. I don't know. We're going to see tonight.
Who?
He's 7-0.
Ryan Jones.
He's 7-0. To get to the Hall of Fame, you must be 8-0. Could he join Road Jammies, Huddy, B-Samp 28, who absolutely dismantled and left in shambles the Fade B-Samp crowd? Some people call him King Squid 18. Those are just rumors. Here's what I got tonight. Do want to say shout out to the Rangers. Appreciate you guys. We'll also say Preds, way to put up a fight last night, but I need you to lose by 2 goals. Okay? Don't do that to me again. Love you. Appreciate you. Here's what I got tonight. Kings, +1.5. We capped the odds at 200, right, boys? Well, this one's minus 200 on a Friday. Give me the Kings at home versus the Blues plus 1.5. Let's win it or lose by 1. Don't play games with me. Don't play games with me. Then give me the Bruins. That's right. Canes, could I choose them as my team I'm going with forever? Between them and the Preds, we'll see. But tonight, I'm picking the Bruins money line. That's minus 124. It's the theorem. You're 2 down going back home, Cone. You got to win the first one.
Have to.
You got to win the first one. So give me Bruins money line. Give me the Kings plus 1.5. Let's stay focused. A lot of hustle, a lot of determination, a lot of love and understanding, and it'll get us there. And maybe we'll get that Let's Get Saucy award of the month this month. Cone, what does the Book of Justice and Lies tell you?
Look, I want the Mariners first 5 going off at minus 130. Got Logan Gilbert on the mound with a .64 ERA. Let's get the job done. And then I'm going to do something I haven't done in hockey, Jake. I'm going to take the over. In the Maple Leafs Lightning game, over 6.5 goals. That's a lot of goals, but these teams score a lot of goals.
They do.
It's going down to the Lightning. Let's see what happens. And then Baby Cone's got a big night as well.
He does.
I don't want to talk about it too much. I don't want to jinx it, but
he's 7-0. We got 2 people going for the Hall of Fame. Baby Cone's trying to become the youngest Hall of Famer they'll ever be. He's trying to become the youngest. Blaine said, what did Blaine say on social media? If your parachute fails, you got the rest of your life to figure it out. There will be nobody for the rest of this, however long this goes, that is a younger Hall of Famer than if Baby Cone hits tonight.
Come on.
7-0, that Cone DNA. Can he pull it out early, Coach? We're going to see.
There's one thing I'll never doubt in my life, and that's Baby Cone in a pressure situation.
What are you taking, Lumberjack?
Hey, went 2-0 yesterday.
Congrats.
So I appreciate that. So you know how you ruin that? You take player props in the NBA. All right, so I'm taking DeAndre Ayton under 9.5 rebounds.
Wow.
Versus the Mavs. All right, he got 8 rebounds in the first game, got 3 rebounds in the second game. I feel like the Mavs have to play better defense, and I think that they're going to try and take DeAndre Ayton out of the game somewhat. So, DeAndre Ayton, just don't get more rebounds than you have already gotten this series. That's all I'm asking you to do. Then I'm taking Finney Smith under 2.5 rebounds. Hit 2 threes. I think shot 5 threes, went 2 for 5 in the first game. Hit 0 threes in the next game. And I just feel like this is going to be a Brunson, Luka type of game. So I don't feel like, and he's only playing 20 minutes average of the game. His backup's been coming in doing really good, and he's starting to get more minutes and more minutes, played 28 minutes last game. So, hey, why not ruin it with a 2-0 with a nice 0-2 in player?
Those sound good, though.
I love how Blaine is negative to his bets, thinking it'll help him make it hit.
It's
sometimes.
I know what you're doing.
But player props.
What you're doing.
But I've gotten to the point where I trust a lot more baseball stuff. And let me tell you what the Astros almost did to me.
Oh, that would have been brutal.
You want to talk about disgusting?
Bad beat.
2-0 the whole game.
Cone.
Top of the 9th. Runner on first, they walk a guy. Runner on first, 1-2, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Kid's not even close. Not even close. Dude, just give me curveball right over the middle. Dude takes him yak.
Bomb.
But they win in the bottom of the
They won. Nice.
How?
Home run?
And the Nashville Predator, I did not think that was going to hit. The over 1.5 in the
You taking both? Yeah, in the first. They 2 goals they scored in regulation. We're in the first period.
Oh, yeah.
Because it went to OT at 1-1.
And it finished at
2-1.
Oh, wow. So you hit the over in the first period, and they didn't score for the rest of regulation.
I know. That's when you know. That's when you know it's going good. But let's throw that graphic up there. Read these booster bets. Here we go. So, like I said, as I scoot up in my chair to build up the ambiance of this whole ending here, we are going to read the new people. We have so many people in the Booster Club now. If I was going to read all of them, it would take me too long and bore you guys to death. So we're going to read the new people and the people that are good in the standings right now, like the highest. So Jeremiah C., welcome to the party, bud. 1-0, wants Mavs Suns over 219.5. It's going off at -10. Revco 250. It's 1-1, wants the Canes Bruins over 4.5 total goals and over 2.5 fights. I like that. That probably is a real bet.
Really?
Power through wants Blues money line. It's going off at -120. Ryan Jones trying to make the Hall of Fame. We're here for you, dog. Giants, help us God. Wants the Miami Heat money line. He's rolling with them tonight. Joel or not Joel, we'll see. Not Jack D, welcome to the party, bud. Canes money line. L.A. Rambling Bear, guy known as Brad Mader's brother's name's too, or Tom Mader. He wants the Heat -1. I like this pick. Sir Fox the Great wants the Guardians first 5. They're +0.5, so they can be tied. And he wants the Giants first 5 -0.5. Biden Sniffed Me, who's 0-1, wants the Canes money line at +110. Tyson's Right Hook wants Cleveland money line. The baseball team there in Cleveland, that's +125. And E.J. Runis wants the Canes money line as well, +104. Remember, I put out a tweet every day except Sunday. I'll put out one tomorrow on Saturday as well. We got a great Saturday special with Jason Whitlock. We're talking some NBA. Good for LeBron to be there. Not bad for LeBron to be there. And how many points would Blaine average if he was in the WNBA? So make sure you check that out. Also, make sure you're following us everywhere. We're not going to tell him what he said. It was very interesting what he thought. A little bit disappointing, but we'll get into that next week. Make sure you subscribe to everywhere, TikTok, social media, everything like that. Booster Club, we love you. And like this week, we are going